I've come to see one of our favourite builders, Sam Ward, who he's got a little bit of a damp problem, so I'm just going to give him a second opinion. Hello, Sam.
Roger.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Where's the damp then?
I'll show you here, Roger.
Oh, okay. Is it all around or what?
Yeah, you can just see, looks like a bit of salt's coming up through there. See, just above the skirting board?
Yeah. Looks like it's been recently decorated, this room, isn't it?
It has, yeah. There's plaster on the wall, and this is a lining paper.
This indication of salts, there's always a bit of a thing with damp, you know, as people go, right, so where's it coming from? Is it condensation? You know, PVC windows or aluminium windows, it could be, but when you see the salts, you know that it's coming up from the ground.
Well, it's got quite good ventilation because it's got an air vent there, got trickle vents.
Yeah,
We've got the log burner, so there's a bit of draft going up through there, so it's quite well ventilated.
Yeah, very well ventilated. I mean, these were these vents put in to combat the damp?
Yeah, they were, yeah.
These salts, you can...
Your blood pressure, you shouldn't be doing that.
Talking rising damp here, this is a concrete floor.
Concrete floor, yeah.
Same as that. The age of the building, that looks like they've put the bitumen down. They probably had a thermoplastic tile on it at some
exactly
point.
what they've done.
Maybe it evaporated up around the room. Now it's coming to the sides. You didn't put this floor down, or
No.
did you? You didn't. So we don't know what the membrane is under this or anything, do we? I think in this case it's worth putting the dry rods in. Because I think you've got to manage the expectations of the customer. Say to them, we're going to give it a go with the dry rods, but we don't know about this floor.
Well, I've said to them all along, because it's an older house built in the 20s, we can eliminate the guttering. We decorated the outside to stop any penetrating damp.
Yeah.
And then the ground level outside was high, so we dug a French drain, which is essentially a soakway next to the building, so the water can get past below the damp. So we've done those things.
There's nothing splashing up there.
Nothing splashing up, and we're still getting a bit of a problem.
So another thing that's worth considering in a situation like this where you've got a cavity wall, there could be debris that's dropped inside the cavity and is bridging from the outside to the inside. The only way we're going to be able to find out is either drill a hole, stick a camera through, have a look at it, or take a couple of bricks out and look at it that way. And if it is debris, then we're going to take bricks out all the way along and then just hook out all the old debris, and that would probably solve the problem. We're going to try the rods first, but the other thing I'll just mention is that this plastic floor that's been put down, we don't know what went on under there. Now, if there's a good damp-proof membrane under there, fine, but if there isn't and there's damp under that floor that is now migrating towards the edge, that could be feeding into the wall and trying to escape up through the wall behind the skirting. All these things need to be considered whenever you look at a situation of damp in a building. So I reckon we're talking 11-inch cavity wall, right? 2-inch cavity. To be on the safe side, we don't want to go in any more than 10, say, let's say 9 inches.
Yeah, I'd say it would set back an inch from the brick.
Yeah.
Remember that stuff sort of permeates through the brick. So
Yeah.
the trouble is with those bars on the drills, if you're drilling at a slight angle, it can knock the measurement out. So I've got a better idea.
All right.
So we're looking at achieving 9 inches. And we've got 16.5 inches. So we'll put 16.5 on here. We'll take off 9 inches. Now, the measurement's correct. There you go, what do you think?
Yeah.
Let's set up like a 2-inch cavity, shall we?
Stop. Lovely.
Stop.
Okay.
Can't go wrong.
That's our top tip, isn't it? Well done. Every day's a school day. So these are what we're going to use, the dry rods, yeah? Have you used these before?
I have, yeah, just down the road actually.
Oh, really? You've had a go with them?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people used to use the cream, didn't they?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Before that, we used the liquid, which
I've used that
tended
as
to
well.
flood inside the cavity or whatever.
Very messy.
The dry rods are great because they go all the way across. But one thing, if you've ever touched these with bare hands, they make your fingers really sore really quickly because basically they take all the moisture out. The gloves are essential. But I'll tell you what, mate, if you drill, I'll pop them in.
Okay, that's smashing. Yeah. Great idea.
So Sam, I'm teaching you to suck eggs here, aren't I? Because you've done that. You've actually used these.
I have, yeah, just down the road, about 200 yards up that way, about a 200 years old house. The client was so unhappy, they were plagued with damp. They'd done some research on the internet, come up with these. Done about 7 years ago, absolutely perfect now.
No problem at all.
Dried it all out.
Really?
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
They're over the moon.
Well, I'll just explain for the viewers. What it does is the moisture will wick that chemical out, and they used to drill the brick. It was always a bit of an iffy thing because you never knew how porous they were. It would go into bits and not others. But using the mortar line rather than the brick, and we do them every perpendicular joint, we've done it. So what that's doing is it's leaching out into the mortar, and it's basically waterproofing the mortar. So this will leach along this line and down there. The wetter the wall, possibly the better, because it'll take months, but after that time it will produce this waterproof barrier all the way along. And if for any reason it doesn't work, you can always put another row in above it to increase it. But the important thing is, don't push these back. We've measured the hole, we know what the hole is, and we don't want to push these hard against the end, because that's an escape route for the chemical into the inner wall. That's going to do the outer wall. So what we're going to do, this is just about an inch. So if I just push that into there, that'll be absolutely perfect. And then all we got is that horrible job of going around and plugging up the hole. People do ask, what do you plug the hole up with? You can plug the hole up with anything. You could do it with a sealant from a tube, or you can do it with mortar. You can even take the dust that you've drilled out, if you collect it, mix it with a little bit of cement and put it back in the hole.
How are we doing, Roger?
Good, mate.
Going in all right?
Yeah, not too bad now. So now we've put all the rods in, the only thing left to do is close the holes up. Now I said you could close these up with mastic or anything, but what are you going to do, Sam?
Yeah, I'll just point them in, you know, a little blob of sand and cement, and we'll just run the iron over them, and then because it's got a bitumen coat, that'll all be disguised.
Oh, you'll paint them back in again?
Paint them back in,
yeah.
But we'll probably renew the whole wall.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is due for a decorate anyway,
So nobody wants to see bullet holes all the way around their house.
They don't, no.
So if you'd like to purchase some dry rods for your own rising damp issue, then I reckon it's a good DIY job. If you know, there's not a lot to it, is there?
Yeah.
Be careful of cables, I guess.
Yeah. There's nothing too difficult. A good masonry drill. You could hire one. Or you could get one from your local DIY shop.
Oh, of course, you can get your friendly builder to do it as well. If you want to buy the dry rods, the link is in the description below.